Hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream. Without music apparently. Still without music. Hang on, let me fix that. There we go. Now we got music. How you doing? How are you all doing? Lots of chatter already. Nice. Hey Toxic Avenger, how you doing? What's up Slime, Kengi, Major Geeks, Triple Blaze Ball. Ooh, thank you for the sub, Carrie. I do appreciate that. Sup, Donzia. All the usual folk here. Welcome to another live stream. We're in a pretty good mood today. We're gonna do a custom scenario that was built by... created by someone on my Discord server who goes by the name, let me check to be sure. Yes, Giratina93. It is called Serpentine Samba, and I think it's gonna be an interesting scenario. How come you're in such a good mood? I did an interesting challenge, for which the video will be out on next Thursday, so in 1.5 weeks. And today I did, I started a Minecraft server with a couple of friends in 1.19, and we played for a few hours, and that was fun. Starting over in Minecraft is always fun. The beginning, you know, getting up to gear and all that kind of stuff, building your first base, I really like doing that, and especially with friends, of course. Thank you for the follow, Kerstkonijn Botser. What a great name. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you weren't killed by the heat wave yesterday. Funnily, in the south of the Netherlands, it was like 32 degrees or something. In the north, where I live, it was like 22. So I got lucky. And on the Wadden Islands, it was like 14. Which is a massive difference over the entire Netherlands. Very rare, but... you know, it's interesting. Anyway. Let's get into the scenario. See, I think it was an expert park. Yeah, there it is. Create a successful park celebrating the low-slung, placid serpent Titanoboa. I've heard of that, I think. Objective to achieve a monthly income from the ride tickets of at least 25,000. So, let's have a look. Okay, the park is not very big. It looked larger on the image I saw. But okay. Obviously, since we need a ride income, we charge for the rides. Now, I know a few more limitations. One is that the guests all prefer gentle rides in this one. And which means that you can automatically charge a bit less. And the second one is that there's a height restriction, which doesn't matter all that much if you want gentle rides, but it can still be a tad annoying, I suppose. Okay, let's build the flying saucers. We can charge quite a bit for it. Okay, so one thing I'm going to try is I'm going to try to keep the gardens. So there's 2 gardens here. Well, 2 ponds with gardens around them, I suppose. And I'm going to keep those. Because I think... woo. I think that's interesting. So, reason I'm building this before we explore the scenario is, yeah, rock music will do fine. To get some music going. Now, to heighten the throughput, we're gonna do this down to 20 seconds, which is pathetic, but okay. Oh, and harder gas generation is on. which means we will need to advertise. Because coasters longer than 600 meters, but under 4 intensity, that's not really a nice combination. Especially if you can't build high up. Drown the first guest. Hang on, we already got one. He's already on the ride. Hang on. There we go. Nope. Time to die. Thank you for the follow. Go to Mina. So, let's take a little bit of a closer look at this park. There's not really much to look at, to be honest. We got a little thing in the middle. A little hole. And what's in the middle? Ooh. Ooh, that's quite nice. Is that custom scenery? No, I don't think so. Hang on. Is that scenery we haven't unlocked or something? Yeah, that's scenery we haven't unlocked yet. Custom path? No, this is just expansion path. There might be from the Australia theme, yes, but it is rather interesting. And then, you know, we have a couple of hills and stuff. And these flowery, watery things, whatever they are. And it's all to honor the Titanoboa. Alright, let's hire one of you. One of you. And what else do we need? Oh, right. Research. Let's take a look. What do we have? Is that Titanic's brother? No, it's not. Terrible joke. Okay, let's see. Stalls are important. We have a drink. Good, 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 good. We have a pea place. And do we have a food? Yeah, roast sausages. Wait, I built that the wrong way around. There we go, much better. What about a poop plate? You can do that there as well. Oh, whoops, wrong one. There we go. Pick a coaster type for me to build. Well, what do we have? We have these 5. I have a feeling. Oh, a river raft with jungle theming. Oh, we do have a river raft. Did you see that? Did I accidentally go through it? Well, not really accidentally. That wasn't really... I didn't try to not do it. Okay, there's not a lot of space here. I might need to remove these eventually, but we'll see. I'm going to keep this one quite small. I'm just going to go around this little pond. Which is probably a huge waste of space. I can always, you know, go ugly and build rides on top of each other. Because even though there's a height limit, I can raise the land, right? Yes. You know, you can still build flat rides on top of this thing. So that's all fine. Yeah, I want to have the station there. No, all the way around. No, this is actually fine. Okay, it's raining. Do I have an info kiosk? Oh my god, let's... There we go. I do not have an info kiosk. So we can't make money that way yet. We can only charge $1 for this. Oh no, wait, it's stats haven't calculated yet. Never mind. Stats will calculate in a minute, and then the price will be set. Jungle themed. I don't have a jungle theme. I can't do much more than this. Like, I don't have these unlocked. So maybe when I unlock it eventually, but I need better rides. Like, I'm gonna need a lot of thrill rides. Because thrill rides do generally have fairly low intensities. Coasters and thrill rides. What's the scenario's goal? Oh yeah, I should add that. There's going to be a little bit different now. I haven't done text yet since I have a 1080 screen. I don't have the black bars anymore, so let's... If I put that there... Or how about I put it in the middle? Which is... roughly there. Yeah, this is about the middle. Earn 25,000 from ride tickets in a month. There we go. Now it's no longer in the middle. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Slime. And thank you for the sub, Duvel. Oh, and hang on, whose birthday is it? Ah, Kuhaku. Happy birthday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a nice day. Is that white text good enough there? Is that... Does that work? Maybe I should, like, at some point get a proper layout. Like, make the game a little bit smaller. And have, like, a layout and stuff like that. Add trees here. What trees look kind of jungly? You know what? This is as jungly as it gets. Ah. There we go. At least give it a jungle station. Yeah, I should. These fruits are also kind of jungly. A background to the text. Does this have a background feature? Hang on, I'll first make it a jungle station. I didn't expect this to be able to charge so much, to be honest. But the river rafts does have a very high excitement value. Like, it has 2.69 excitement, nice. But let me quickly look up its excitement value. Videos. Useful ride info. Let's see, it should have a very high, yes, a 60, no 80. It has an excitement value of 80, which is incredibly high considering most roller coasters have like 50. Drink some water. Well, there's plenty of water in this park. Ooh, the trees raised the price to 660 instead of the 620 we had first. Okay, hang on. Can I add a background to this text? Background? Yes, I can. Ooh, there we go. Now it's a black background. If I make it a little bit... like 80 opacity. Does that work? Can you use the jungle scene music? No, but I can use jungle drums. There we go. Name a ride of your choice. Go ahead. Slightly bigger font. I mean, you just need to read it once. It's not like you constantly would need to read it. So I think it's fine. What's the name you want? Jungle Still Growing. Not a bad name. Oh, whoops. Now I just removed the one. There we go. Okay, now it's time to add some more rides. Like I said, we want to do mostly thrill rides. And I'm already running out of flat... Well, there's a big thing of flat space there. I can't build a ride here. At least not this ride. It's too big if I don't want to remove those things. Which is a bit annoying. I can do this though. Let's go back to plane. There we go. Cruise house is 2x2. No. It is 3x3. Okay, now I can build a wooden wild mouse. And if I deliberately fail one of the stat requirements, then that can work. Like if I build this here, then I don't have to kill the flower beds. I have a feeling this park is going to be very nice at the end. I have a feeling it isn't going to be, but we'll see. We'll see who's right. What's the throughput of this thing? 1440. That's pretty damn good. I set the ride time to only 20 seconds. So it makes quite a lot of money. 1440 gas per hour with a $5 ticket price. Hell yeah. That's pretty great. Okay, now I need to... It does need to be 170 meters long, otherwise we get 2 stat penalties. And I don't think that's very useful. Because then the stats are too low. Won't that tiny turn be too fast for a gentle park? If it was a real gentle park, then sure. But this is my world, and this is Roller Coaster Tycoon. And nothing is real. Everything is fake. Need to go the other way. And we don't need to care about anything. There we go. No, that's... The station is way too damn short. Like, this is... terrible. So I might as well swap these around for a little bit longer queue line. I hope it's 170 meters long. Like, yay, we have 2 cars. This is gonna have absolutely disgustingly low and terrible throughput. This is just gonna be awful. But it's fine. I don't care. Oh, it's not 160 meters long. Hang on, let me fix that. Honestly, I can do better. If I do a chain lift there. I'll just do... Oh, it doesn't have block section mode. Damn it. Well, the chain lift there is useful anyway. So that's not gonna happen. Well, at least it's long enough now to not get the second stat penalty. Okay, let's already expand this a little bit. What's the throughput of this? 1600. That's not bad. We're already at 2000. And this thing is covered. So it will keep going when it rains. And it's already the second rain we got. No umbrellas. I don't have the info kiosk. Okay, yeah, the twist is not very popular when it rains. You can only charge 360 for it as well. This thing is much better. So let's build another one of these. And let's change... Oh, I don't have money. What's the maximum loan? 25k, but it's at quite a high interest rate. Okay, I'll just remove those little hills. There we go. I try and play RCT2 for the first time in 10 years. Or do I play World of Warcraft now? I don't know. Whatever tickles your fancy. That's what they say, right? And let's go back to 20 seconds. Oops, that's a queue line. Let's kill these trees. I don't like trees. Hashtag team no trees. Okay, there we got a basic setup of a park. Kill all trees. Yeah, hashtag kill all trees. Like the bender that hates trees. Okay, we have a ghost train too, which can be useful. I have an efficient design. Like this design is absolutely tiny. And if I mirror it, there we go. Love it. Yeah, I also keep missing the poles. I don't pay attention. It's not that it matters. They're mostly for you, not for me. This should be quite efficient as well. Let's give it castle, because, I don't know, why not? Okay, what are the stats of this? 289, 342, 192. We can charge 860 for that. Is it a missile silo? Not exactly. It's like the koi fish in Avatar, but in beads or whatever. Nice jewels. Now, the crooked house is terrible, so I don't know if I want to build it. But it is roofed. It is covered. But let's build a 3D cinema instead. Let's make this one abstracto. You need benches. I completely forgot about benches. Yeah, let's build some benches. I only have the standard ones, but that's fine. There we go. Yeah, it's also soft guest cap points, but so are the other rides. Then again, the soft guest cap doesn't matter. Because we're not going to do 600 meter long rides, we're just going to advertise. Assuming that advertising is possible, I haven't actually tested yet. If it's not possible, we're going to need to do 600 meter rides. And we're probably going to need to build a lot of underground, if that's the case. Let's give it a shot. Can we advertise? We can. Good. Very good. Let's save. How are we doing on the money front? Almost 3,000 in May, but... Big but. It rained for quite a bit. So a lot of the rides were not popular. Ooh, we can charge $6 for this ghost train. That's more than I expected. But that goes for quite a few gentle rides. Hi Puknul. It's been a while since I saw you live. Well, welcome back. Talking about benches, the only thing that's ever bugged me about amusement parks like Fantasyland or Europa Park. Queues long as hell, but no benches for the time being in the queue. I haven't seen it anywhere. Benches in the queue. Usually there would be some kind of fence which you could like lean against and half sit on. Are we going to develop actually any roller coaster or any thrill rides? I would love like a swinging inverter ship or whatever. Something like with 4 or 5 maybe intensity. You know what, I'm gonna buy some entertainers. To make sure that the guests are happier. And want to go on more intense rides. It's not necessary yet. Because all these have a pretty damn low intensity rating. Even the Twist only has 1.5. But eventually it might be necessary. Thank you for the follow, Squumpus. Okay, I'm going to flatten out this entire area. It's time to build a proper coaster. And with that I mean a junior coaster. Call one of the entertainers Robbie Williams. But then I'd have to drown the entertainer to be accurate. Or is that too far? But sure. My apologies if that joke was too far. I will not drown this entertainer. Robbie Williams, not Robin Williams. Wait, are there two? Anyway. A singer and an actor. Didn't the singer pass away? I don't know, I'm not very well versed in my Williams. In the lore of the Williamses. Oh, the actor comedian passed away. Okay, so then my joke was accurate. Since it's an entertainer, it's presumably named after the comedian. And we go that way. It looks kind of weird from this angle. But, you know, if it works, it works. You know what, if we go that way. We can do that. No, this won't work. Are you a big aero coaster fan or rider? Not a massive, but I do like roller coasters. Haven't been to theme parks in a bit, but I'll definitely go again sometime. Oh, it's the Let Me Entertain You song. You know, I don't know that song. I do know the song Let Me Entertain You, but I know the one by Queen. Okay, let's go to... Hang on, 13 cars. I thought there was no one but longer than 12. Huh, interesting. Well, let's go 2 trains. It's not the most beautiful coaster I've ever built. Well, it looks alright from this angle and this angle, but these 2 angles are a bit weird. It'll have a bit higher intensity actually than 4. Also, it doesn't make it. Whoops. It'll have a bit of higher intensity than 4. Probably have like 5, 5.5. But as long as the guests are halfway happy, they'll still ride it. So that's good. Okay, so how we're doing in June? 4,000. Not bad, not bad. Okay, this is an absolutely terrible coaster, but it'll do the job. Like, this banked turn is so unnecessary. And I just don't bank that one at all. It's just terrible. Yeah, look at them zigzagging. They don't know how to walk diagonally. They haven't understood Pythagoras yet. 5.25 intensity. We can charge 12 bucks. I just found 12 bucks. Ooh, we should build more roller coasters. We should build a simple reverser coaster. Let's build it right next to this one. There. Thank you for the follow, Master Kano. Did you know that Kano is the Dutch word for canoe? I mean, you might be Dutch, I don't know. But it's also a big city in the north of Nigeria. Any speed skating going on this weekend? You bloody well know it's not. It's the middle of the summer. Well, it's not quite the middle of the summer. Technically, summer hasn't started yet. No, but you know what I'm really excited about? The next speed skating season, obviously, but you know, non-speed skating related, is the upcoming videos on my channel. I have so many ideas that I'm currently working on, have play tested, like scenario challenges and all that good stuff. There's so much stuff. If you're on my Discord, you might have seen a thing I've built, that I built over the weekend, that I also, you know, calculated a lot of stuff from and few people helped with. Or at least tried to help improve it, which didn't work. And I need a reverser. No, there's no space for a reverser here. So there's a lot of good stuff coming. Which I'm excited for. Oh, thank you for the 2 months, Corcho. A lot of people also said they liked the empty airfield challenge. Well, I can tell you, I have an even better empty airfield challenge coming up. Not this week, not next week. It'll be, I don't know, sometime after that. And it's gonna blow the first one out of the water. Empty airfield. I mean, you can't quite beat empty airfield without anything. But you can imagine what it's going to be. Ask a geography question. Alright, what's it gonna be? And you there. No minimum waiting time. I don't like that. And we're absolutely fine. We can't have Dylan Ass alive. Well, Dylan Ass is gonna get his ass handed to him in the water after he's done saucering flying. Drink some water. I will drink some. Which 3 countries are part of the Golden Triangle? I have never heard of the Golden Triangle. But for some reason I have a feeling Iran is in it. It's probably not. It's almost certainly not. But that's the first country that comes into my mind. So I have no idea. Is it also extremely hot where you live? No, it was only... Ooh, we can charge 1080 for this. It was only 21 degrees. No, 24 maybe? It depended on which weather app you used. But it wasn't... It was below 25. Still no additional thrill rides. Only we've had 5 different coaster developments so far. Which is a lot, or 4 maybe. But I kind of want myself a thrill ride. Although with the spiral coaster we're gonna have another banger. The spiral coaster is pretty great. And we'll go to... yeah, snow ice is ugly. Pagoda! Woo! Are gentle scenarios a bit more challenging than more intense ride scenarios? It depends. I would say generally yes. Because, like, as long as the guests ride the ride, it doesn't... The intensity rating doesn't matter, as long as it's, you know, below 10, and if guests will ride it, it's fine anyway. But the rides that are more intense are generally, well, more expensive, but also better. Like a big twister coaster will make much more money, will also attract more guests to the park than something like a river raft. And if you want to, you can still make your twister coaster very short and not expensive. And, you know, abuse some natural G penalties or whatever and have it be intense enough that way. That all works. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need a higher drop on this one than this to make the stat penalty. So let's see if we can work on that here. Okay, I need to raise the land a bit, which is fine. You know what? We're going underground, baby. That is definitely a high enough drop. Gentle coasters, what intensity are we talking about here? Generally 5 and below. Like, all these guests will have an intensity preference of 4 and under. But if guests are happy, they are willing to ride rides a bit outside of their preference. So that's why, you know, up to about 6.5 if they're very happy. But, you know, 5 is safe. They have to be quite unhappy to not want to ride a ride with 5 intensity. Oh, the Golden Triangle is Thailand, Laos and Myanmar. I've never heard of that. It just makes me think of the Top Gear Myanmar special. Or Burma special as it's called. Which was quite good, but then again, so are all Top Gear specials. So for now this is obviously a dead end. But that will change at some point. Drink some water. Oh wait, I did not miss that, but some extra water is nice. And we also had a rich guy. Or girl. Sponska Patrick. I think you said plus or minus 2.5 in your beat a scenario with only Ferris wheels. Yeah, that's why I said up to about 6.5, because that's 2.5 higher than 4. But like I said, I think it might be 2.55. I was always thought it was 2.3, but then someone else found it out to be about 2.55, so I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. But about 2.5 is good enough, because that still covers the base for 2.3 as well. That's why I said it like that. Okay, you know what else? Can we do... Does it fit here? It about fits. This is good enough. We will build a hardline here. And it's actually not very intense. It'll do. Believe it or not. Call it a fart line. Why? I mean... Oh, this is called Screw This Coaster Type, this pre-built. I'm so great. I with my naming, apparently. I made this pre-built in 2018? Maybe 19? I'm not exactly sure when I did the hardline overview, but that's when I named it. It's got only 4.79 intensity. That's less than the Junior. It is more than the Spiral Coaster though, but the Spiral Coaster has like a ludicrously low intensity rating. It's stupid. But it can be useful in scenarios like this. There's 1320 for it. Which is absolutely ludicrous. Yes, that was pre-pandemic. Believe it or not. There was a pre-pandemic. There was a time at which we didn't live in fear of dying. Well, some of you may have always lived in fear of dying. Existential crisis and stuff. Well, we're doing pretty good on the money front. I'm just going to be irresponsible and do a lot of advertising. And that one. You know, with this heat wave, I've said it before, but I like extreme, well, things in general. But I'm a fan of like the natural phenomena and stuff. So I like extreme temperatures. Now, obviously, I don't need, you know, extreme temperatures aren't good. They definitely aren't. But I do find them interesting. And with this heat wave, I'm really wondering what kind of territories and countries will have their heat records broken this year. You know what? I'll build that path later when we need it. 14/10/2018. So it was 2018. I asked Dolly to make a picture of you. Did you get old people? Because I did when I put in my own name. I just got a bunch of faces of old people. Let's see what we can charge for the space rings. Yes. Okay, so you got the same as me. Yeah, so you may have seen my tweet about Dolly and posted in Discord and stuff. Dolly is like a new AI that you give it the prompt, like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and it'll attempt to recreate that. And when I gave it Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, it actually was quite accurate. Well, the images themselves were nonsense. I mean, they were obviously AI created and quite terrible, like not at all believable. But it was recognizable as Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Fairly distinctly, I'd say. So it did really well. Oh, we can get only 120 for this. That's terrible. The problem is with Dolly is like I wanted to make a video about it. Like, this is what an AI thinks Roller Coaster Tycoon is. The problem is, as soon as I gave it any kind of more complicated command, which is what you would do for such a video, like, right? Because I would be like, this is what a roller coaster, this is what the what an AI thinks Roller Coaster Tycoon is. And then, you know, you go through a bunch of several images, like you start with the basic one, then you do more complicated, like Space Rings in Roller Coaster Tycoon, Merry-Go-Round in Roller Coaster Tycoon, Drowning a guest in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yes, I tried that. It was not my idea. It was of a friend. The problem is that for most of those more specific commands, it was either just gave something entirely unrecognizable, or, you know, we're gonna build one on the miniatures, or it was just more of the same. Like drowning guests in Roller Coaster Tycoon, I got slightly more water maybe, but nothing else. Like, no any recognizable guests. When I did staff in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, nope, nothing. When I did merry-go-round, I did got about 4 of the 9 images with a merry-go-round, which is not bad. But it was not the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 merry-go-round. It looked a bit more like the 3 one. So it was kind of not good enough at that to have enough content for a video, which is a bit unfortunate. Because I would have liked the video, and with a bit of luck would have gone, you know, slightly viral, because being on trends and stuff. How long do you usually need to wait for the pick with Dolly Mini? Between 1.5 and 3 minutes, I'd say. If you're European, try using it in the morning, because there's a traffic limit on there, because it's quite popular. And it often says that you can't use it right now because it's busy. But I found that in the European morning, which is the American night, you generally never or rarely have to wait. At least that's my experience. Okay, I'm not going to be able to connect it if I go like this. There's a traffic limit. Well, it was when I used it last, which isn't that long ago. Which is like, I don't know, 2 days ago or something. Especially around this time, you'd often get a pop-up like, it's busy, try again, or I don't know, whatever, something like that. Let's go for a different station. Let's go for Space. Alright, let's test the bastard. Oh, no, not like that. That's better. Perfect. Nope, not perfect. Perfect. What's the chain lift at? Faster! There we go, 8 kilometers per hour. Also, no minimum waiting time. I'm gonna take all the risks with this one. It might crash. Well, it probably won't. It's too short to crash. There we go. We got a mini SES. Wonderful. Let's see if he notices. I do notice the no exit line. Just the... Let's see if he notices. I was like, okay, what's there for me to notice? I often forget exit lines. Let's give it a shot. Oh, yeah, there it is. No exit line. Just the fact that you asked it. Yeah, the Roller Coaster Tycoon actually does look accurate. That's what I said, and it's true. The problem is that if you do a little bit more detailed, it sometimes works. Like I said, it did give a merry-go-round when I said merry-go-round in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But it wasn't good enough, and others it gave barely a discernible difference. So it's not quite enough. I mean, it's still a great tool, obviously. It doesn't quite work for what I had in mind. I typed Marcel Vos Roller Coaster Tycoon and the first picture looks kind of like roller coaster crashing in the game. Well, that is accurate. Name a ride of your choice and ask a geography question. Alright. This ride makes you look fat. How so? How does it make the guests look fat? Where's the rhubarb triangle? Isn't there like a lot of rhubarb being grown in Britain? So is it like between Manchester, Leeds and Liverpool or whatever? Somewhere around there? Does it even exist? Are you trolling me? I don't know. The car goes fast. They know that one of the two guests is very heavy. That's actually quite accurate. Okay, we got this on speed. It's in West Yorkshire. Okay, so I was right. Well, not with the exact cities, obviously, but I was right, it was in England. I think I learned that from the one and only red t-shirt wearing Thomas Tom Scott. Because all my knowledge just comes from internet videos. Why is it called the rhubarb triangle? Because it's a triangle that's really good for growing rhubarb? That's what I would assume. Okay, that doesn't quite work. Don't think Tom Scott ever mentioned it. It was in a video about some kind of greenhouse for plants where they do experiments. I think it was on. It also was about coca beans. That's at least the video I have in my mind currently that it might have been in. But je suis not sure. Tom Scott, never heard of. He's just some dumb nerd. He's also one of my favorite YouTubers. You know, his most recent video, the plant quarantine, probably. His most recent video on his second channel was great. Because it is, I'm scared of roller coasters. Can I get over my fear? And it wasn't just being scared of roller coasters. Like, lots of people are being scared of roller coasters. Now, he has had a phobia of roller coasters. And he got over it in Alton Towers, actually. On an empty day. Alton Towers was closed for the day. But it's a really good video. Okay, what's the intensity on this? Yeah, so was Ikangi, but he did get over his fear, which is good. What's the intensity on this? 638, that's at the very limit, but some guests are going on it. That means they're very happy. And 452 on the mine ride. Good. Let's hire some more staffies. And mechanics. And entertainers. 20 of them. It was not an empty day, it was just early in the morning when they're doing the checks, as far as I know. Oh, I thought it was at least, well, it was at least behind closed doors. Drown Tom S. Do we have a Tom S? Where's the guest name thing? There. Let's see, let's go all the way to the T. We don't even have a... Well, we have a Tom. It's Tom Cott. You know what? Good enough. Tom Cott. Because he left his asses home. I think that might have been staff members cringe. Okay, we've kind of filled up the flat bit of the park now. But with a bit more guests, this might be good enough to get all we need. We still haven't gotten the thrill ride. We've gotten so many coasters, but not the thrill ride yet. Who exactly is the lul emote based on? But you know what? In Dutch, a lul emote would be very different. Wait, hang on. Giratina is here. Oh, yes, you are. Hey, what's up? This is your scenario. And thank you for the gifted sub, Slime. I quite like this scenario so far. Why would it be different in Dutch? Because lul is Dutch for dick. And now the hard section of the park. What do you mean hard section? I'll just flatten it. There we go. No hard section at all. Where's your hills now? No hills whatsoever. I did decide to keep the pond though. There's one more here. I mean, this is a waste of money at this point. Like, I need to borrow more to make this happen. I'm just doing it to prove a point, you know? There we go, we have a lot more flat area to work with now. Yeah, that was all my money. It's not a great investment. But we are already on 15k a month. And we're still gaining more guests. So, Giratina, if you wanted me to have... I think we're not going to fill an entire stream with this, by the way. If you wanted me to have, you know, to build all the 600 meter rides and stuff, because harder guest generation, you should have disabled advertising. We're not at the 1,000 guests anyway yet, but this park, well, might have a soft guest cap of 1,000, but probably not, because you only have 14 rides. Now, this is never a soft guest cap of 1,000. Yeah, ads are quite strong. Could we go back to the viewer suggestion park after you beat the scenario? Maybe. We could also keep going in this scenario. I like doing single things during streams. We've already made 5,000 again. Hang on, what did we just unlock? Corkscrew coaster. Oh hell yeah, perfect for this. You know what the funny thing is? This actually has the right path. There we go. Corkscrew spam. So I'm not going to spam it. I'm going to build one. That's it. Because it fits perfectly in this space. Also, it's not exactly a corkscrew train, is it? It's a Chinese dragon train. Have I played Return of the Obra Dinn? What on earth is that? So the answer is no. Okay, how much will we be able to charge for this? Like 8? Something like that? 980. That's pretty damn good. So in October we got to 17k. I should connect these up around it at some point, but so far it's not really a problem yet. They are dead ends, which is not great. But the park is small, so it's not really an issue yet. I have actually a lot of different coaster types already. Yeah, it's mostly about serpents and serpentine stuff. I did realize that. Okay, let's go for a twister coaster. Let's see if we can make it low intensity. Okay, so I'm gonna actually build it a fairly normal-like. But we're gonna go low intensity. So that's all the drop we get. No wait, 13.5. Nope. Can't do that. Bigger coaster type for me to build. Well, go it. Okay, then we're gonna do a little bit of that good stuff. And then a corkscrew. And then, nope. Okay, let's make it a cutback. Woody, please. Sure. After this coaster, obviously. Then we're gonna go that way. And brakes time. Oh, and photo section. 'Cause more monies. Okay, this should have an intensity of like 6, maybe? Which gentle rides would you like to ride IRL? I've probably ridden like most of them. Like I've done bumper cars, I've done like a merry-go-round obviously. I've been in a crooked house, I've been in a like funny mirror thing. I've been in a sort of Space Rings. It wasn't exactly Space Rings, but it was something that was like in the same vein. I've been in a haunted house. I've done sort of a ghost train stuff, which is basically a haunted house where you're in a cart. So I've done that. I haven't done a spiral slide, but I've done big slides. Yeah, the thing I went on wasn't gentle either. It was like you were strapped in, standing, which is the same as a Space Rings. And then above your head was a bar. And that bar was the center of rotation. And then they just rotated you around that bar. So the center of rotation was above your head. It was at the Aviodrome in Lelystad. Ooh, I need new ads. And you just went round and round and round until you said stop. Or whoever you were, who was next to you said stop. I was the first one to say stop out of me and the girl I was paired with, who bared the same name as me, well, same last name, but wasn't related. She was a few years older than I was, and maybe also braver, I don't know. Okay, that's a cute little twister coaster. Oh, only 4.75 intensity. That's perfect for this park. I think at the time I was like 11 or so. Yeah, we're all distantly related. Like, incest is everywhere. Like, if I... Like, I'm incredibly Dutch. Like, I can trace my Dutch heritage back to at least the 1700s, probably farther. So if I would get in a relationship with a girl who's also incredibly Dutch, and you know, like pale skin, blonde hair, that kind of stuff, then there's a large probability that we're at least like, I don't know, 10th cousins or whatever. Which is fine. Because at that point you're so far removed, it's not really incest anymore. If you are Dutch, are you also tall? No, I am not. I am below average. I am 5'11". Which I think is about 1 or 2 inches below average. What color trains do we want on this? How much is that in normal height? 1.81 meters. At what point would you say that incest stops? Like third or fourth cousins or more? I mean, I don't know any of my second cousins. Hang on, what actually is a second cousin? Is a second cousin, is that like the is that like the grandkids of your granddad's brother and sister, stuff like that? Is that your second cousin? You share great-grandparents. Yes. So, I don't even know any of them. Like, I barely know. Like, I know there's one brother of my granddad that I know. All my other great aunts and uncles, I don't know. I have maybe seen once at a funeral of my granddad or grandmother, I don't know. But other than that, I don't know. Let alone their and I barely know their kids. And let alone their kids. So, even my second cousins would be complete strangers to me. Like, if they bore my mom's last name, that might ring a bell. And it would be a bit weird to date someone with such a name. But other than that... So, I think third cousins wouldn't count as incest anymore. I think first cousin is already fine. I mean, for me that would be a bit weird. And obviously I do see my first, or, you know, normal cousins, or, you know, just cousins. I do see them every now and then. Saw them last weekend, actually. But yeah, that would be a bit weird for me. But yeah, biologically speaking, I think it's fine as well. I mean, haven't they been doing that for a long time? Like back in the day. Yeah, I have, like, there were 2 kids in my primary school class. One of which is still one of my friends. And I believe they were like... I believe they might have been second cousins. I think it was called achterneef in Dutch. Which I think is second cousin. But yeah, they didn't know each other before they met each other in school. They just found out later at some point. Like, I know in America you often have those like very massive family gatherings. Well, I don't know how often, it's more maybe a stereotype, but... In the Netherlands, those are not really a thing. Like, my family gatherings belong of all the kids and grandkids of my granddad and grandmother. Which is my mother, obviously. Then 3 uncles, which are her brothers. Up until they passed away, obviously, my grandmother and grandfather. And all my cousins and whoever they're dating at the moment. And whoever my brothers and sisters are dating at the moment, obviously. But I feel like in America they often talk about like never seeing people, like very distant relationships and like second cousins and all that kind of stuff. People you never talk to anyway, who you don't care about. And it would be entirely useless. Like, I have shared history with my cousins and my uncles, and of course, because especially when I was young, we saw each other a bit more. And, you know, have sleepovers at my cousins, and, you know, they're at our house and stuff like that. It was all fun. But my second cousins, Oh, the Woody. Sorry, I forgot for a bit. My second cousins are complete strangers to me. Like, I have no idea of their names. Who they would be. So seeing them at a family gathering is like seeing random people who I don't care about at all. Let's see, let's make this classical Roman. What are you talking about, 4V? What's the topic? Accessibility. Do you have any family in the Marine? I have a distant great-grandfather, great-great-great-great-great-granddad or whatever, who got blown up in the war in 1780 something. Called Daniel Verbaan. But as far as I know, I don't have any family members in the army. Then again, like I said, I don't know a lot of family members. Like I might have second cousins in the army. What do I know? Yeah, the story about Daniel Verbaan is that he went to war on sea, and right before he went to war, he did little fun times with a lady, and that resulted in kids. And if he hadn't done that, our bloodline would have ended. But because he did do that right before he went off to war, we exist. I exist. Yeah, good thing he did. Now, I think this coaster will be a bit too scary for the average guest here, but that'll be fine. And that's the family member I said, you know, I can trace my ancestry back to at least the 1700s. That's the guy I was talking about. Might be able to do it even farther, but no one ever bothered. Alright, and then one more, and we're finished. There we go. Ask a geography question. What's the biggest national part in the EU? France? What do you mean? What do you mean party? A national park? I don't... Good question. Maybe some like in Sweden or whatever. They have pretty big areas of nothing in Sweden. Other than that, I have no idea. My knowledge on national... Like, I know zero national... that's not true. I know very few national parks in the Netherlands. Let alone all the other nations. Ah, some delicious water. It's the Guyana Amazonian Park in French Guyana. You spelled Guyana two different ways. You heard it here first, folks. France is the biggest national park. Frenchmen should be protected species. They're lovely. I do like my Frenchmen. Toasted. My grandpa had a near-death experience at the Battle of Bulge. Got shot 3 times and the Virgin Mary told him to come home and he refused. If he had chosen to pass on, my mom would have never been born. Those experiences are amazing. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Yeriboo. Where's the Veluwe? In the middle of the country, like near Apeldoorn. I went to Apeldoorn and to the Veluwe last summer, so I'm pretty sure that near Apeldoorn is correct. It's beautiful. If you're in the Netherlands and you get a chance to go to the Veluwe, you should go. If you ever go to the Netherlands, there's one tip I can give you. Like, go to Amsterdam. There's a lot of fun things to do there. But also, go to places that aren't Amsterdam. Like, lots of other cities are beautiful. Not just Rotterdam or The Hague, but, you know, Eindhoven, Nijmegen, Groningen. Just, you know, little villages in Drenthe, like Orvolte, which is sort of like an historic open-air museum-like village. It's... yeah, go to the beach, go to the Wadden Islands. There's so much beautiful stuff to do that isn't touristy trap Amsterdam. Yeah, get out of the Randstad, basically. I don't like the Randstad. But that's just... well, you know, that has political reasons. Oh, I need to go on that side, not this side. I'll be fine? Yeah, I'll be fine. But yeah, the Netherlands has lots of beautiful things to offer, like Limburg or the Veluwe, as we said earlier. And if you want to see the best bicycle infrastructure in the Netherlands, don't go to Amsterdam. Don't get me wrong, Amsterdam has great bicycle infrastructure, but not the best in the Netherlands. For that you do need to be in other places. Like Groningen has amazing bicycle infrastructure. I believe like Delft maybe also had great one. There was like one current city that had amazing one. I mean, the reason that Amsterdam is the most popular area is because it's the biggest city. It's the most well-known city. And I also did say, like, go to Amsterdam. There's a lot of fun things to do there. But also get out of Amsterdam. Like, if you have a few days in the Netherlands, you can take a train from Amsterdam and you can be in the Veluwe in like 1.5 hours. It's not like you need a whole extra day to stay at some other place. Leiden is good. I have 2 friends who live in Leiden. Marcel and his bipolar thoughts on Amsterdam. It's not bipolar. It's just, it's not the only thing the Netherlands has to offer. It's just like, what do people know about the Netherlands? Weed and the red light district. Okay, that's basically Amsterdam. There's lots of other things about the Netherlands. Have you been to Den Helder or Texel? No, I have not. I have been to Ameland and Schiermonnikoog, but none of the other Schiereilanden. The problem is, I think, the Netherlands doesn't have much to offer for nature. The Veluwe is nice to us, but like it pales in comparison to a lot of other foreign nature reserves. Well, actually, a lot of people find the Dutch nature to be quite interesting and cool. It's just that we are used to it. But the reason a lot of tourists come to the Netherlands is not for the nature. They come for the partying, for the weed, and also for the canals. Which you can all find in one place. Which is Amsterdam. Now, I do say visit other parts. Let's build a hypercoaster. But I'm also quite glad that we don't get a lot of tourists here. Because it means I don't have to deal with that. Oh, I'm also very glad I don't live in Amsterdam. Because that means... because there is a tourist trap, there are lots of tourists. I don't have to deal with that. Is the train long enough for this? I think this might need to drop that too tall. Also, what the hell is that lag? Okay, that's better. Let's save. I mean, we have an autosave every 5 minutes anyway, so, you know. Yes, the tourists that do stay in Amsterdam, that does make it so that I don't have to deal with them, so that's good. I'm also very glad I don't live in Giethoorn, which is called the Venice of the North, and it's a Dutch city that uses only canals for, well, not only canals, but uses canals for a lot of stuff. And it's famous, a lot of Chinese tourists especially. And, you know, people apparently get their gardens, like, destroyed by tourists because they don't care. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that stuff. That G in Giethoorn. Do you like it, Slijn? That's my best guttural G. Oh, whoops. Need to move this. I love the guttural G. No, there's no R in that cringe. It's just a G. It's just the like in grachtengordel. There's nothing wrong with that. How did you do that? Oh, it's just a letter. Like, how do you make the TH sound if you're English or American? Like the D. I have trouble with that. Because I'm not American or English. Please now try to pronounce grachtengordel. That doesn't really work. I mean, it sounds Flemish. Yeah, it sounds Belgian. Grachtengordel. it's kind of like the English way with the English G. I think we're going to follow variable Y. How close are we to the 25k? Oh, our monthly income went down. I think it's because the rides are getting older. Well, we just need to build more and maybe renew some rides at some point. We have almost all coasters. I don't think we have no mine train coaster and no bobsled. But both have a very long minimum track length requirement, which is annoying. We still don't... There are thrill rides to research. Oh, we're getting the Giga Coaster. Let's go for only thrill ride after that. I wonder what we'll get. Because there are thrill rides to research, but I don't know what they're gonna be. 88 Schots en Scheveningse kacheltjes. Well, that's a good sentence to out anyone who doesn't Dutch. Okay, let's build a mine train coaster. What's the intensity on this baby? 417, that's pretty good. Do you remember paying in gulden? No. I was like 5 when we changed to euros. So I don't remember. I do remember euros being introduced, weirdly enough. But at that time, obviously, I didn't pay for anything. And I didn't really know what money was. Like, the euro being introduced, it was a big cultural event. And even when you're 5 years old, you're somewhat likely to be aware of that. But actually remembering paying in guldens, or guilders as they're called in English, that's not really a thing when you're so young. Oh yeah, I do remember having it in RCT2, the guilders. And using that. Or RCT1. So I do remember using them in the game. If that counts. You know, I used to have a big... I used to collect, along with my brother, different kinds of euros from all countries. Back then, a lot fewer countries were in the Eurozone. But we had like euros from Finland, from France, from Germany. And I remember knowing by heart a lot of the different images they had on the head side. It was kind of cool. But we stopped collecting, I don't know, when we were like 12 or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what age. Okay, can we go in here? We can! Wonderful. Thank you for the follow, Sky Master. Yeah, they did have euros in RCT1. Euros are actually quite old. That's what I want. That's what I just wanted to say, Cringe. I have seen euros from 1999. It's not just... I don't think it was one immediate switch. Like, was it one immediate switch where you just, like, could only pay... It wasn't, right? Where you could only pay with guilders and then the next day only with euros. It would have been a more gradual switch, presumably. Where you could pay with both for a while and at some point guilders wouldn't be accepted anymore. But I'm not sure. Yeah, so that was probably 1990 to 2002. It was a half-year period with both currencies. Okay. Did you get a lot of annoyed people when you told them, I'm sorry ma'am or sir, you can't pay with the euro anymore now? When they try and stuff. It was like the switch of the different €5 notes, where you could pay with the old ones but only got new ones back. Yeah, that makes sense. Although at the moment, cash is barely a thing anymore in the Netherlands. It's not quite as extreme as the Nordic countries yet, which are almost entirely cashless. But Germany is behind. Like, there were quite a few places where paying with card was special in Germany when we were there. Which you would never see here. Ah, some good old Wild West style. This one's probably gonna be a bit on the intense side for the guests here, but we'll see. I should probably also build like some stalls here. I don't even have a single balloon stall yet. Okay, there are two special guests with blue balloons. Who got them before I changed the color. Ice cream. More chocolate hot. Lemonade. Sausages. A guest with a blue balloon. How predictable. I knew that was gonna happen. I didn't want to say it, because then you wouldn't do it. Okay, where is... Ooh, there's one. It's your time to die, good sir, or good lady. Oh, all these things are ugly now. Hang on, let me fix that. There we go. Much better. Oh yes, harder guest generation is a thing, and I'm not advertising anymore. I need to advertise. And you. And you. I once had a lady in Belgium be mad at me because I wanted to return a product at a store, even threatened to call the cops. What? Like one of the cashiers wanted to call the cops. It's not very nice. You know what, let's build a hat stall. Which is quite something different here than in Harry Potter. Let's also do a t-shirt stall. Let's make it bright pink. A cashier. A small rural Belgian village. That does sound like maybe there would be a Belgian joke about or something. Okay, this thing has 6.65 intensity. It's officially too intense. No one's ever gonna ride it. I can try to make it less intense. If I just do brake to 6 km/h here, maybe that'll work. The only time I paid with cash since the pandemic was Fantasia's Land's bizarre parking lot system a few weeks back. Yeah, last time, like I said, I paid with cash was in Germany. Last time I paid with cash in the Netherlands is quite a bit longer ago. I don't know exactly when. It barely makes that. You know what I don't like, by the way? The American tipping system is coming to the Netherlands. It's not enforced by social standards or anything yet. But whenever I order food from a delivery app, I'll get the option to give a tip. You know, you have your food ordered, you'll have paid, and you'll have, it says like, you know, estimated delivery time, however many minutes. And then below that it will say, do you want to give a tip to your delivery driver or cyclist or whatever, delivery person? And then you can like select the tip and then you can pay the tip online again. And I'm like, no, screw you. They're just paid employees. I paid whatever for this food. They're just doing their job that they're paid for. They don't deserve more of my money. Like, they're properly paid here. Okay, they're overworked. And that's stupid. And, you know, maybe I should order a bit less because those people are not being treated greatly. But that's not the point. Lots of people are overworked in different industries. Yeah, in America saying that would make you very rude. But in America, some people that are tipped, at least waiters, okay, it's below 6 now, it's good, are paid like very low. And I know that employers officially have to make it up if it's below minimum wage and whatever. Ooh, a go-karts. Nice. But yeah, I never understood the tipping culture in America. Like, what I do sometimes give tips here, but you know, if you're in a restaurant and the total is like 46 euros and it was really good, you might say, well, make it 50. Something like that. Okay, where do I build this go-kart? Because there's not that much space and you know what, I'm just gonna build it here. That'll look nice. Let's go for a plain one again. Now you know what? Let's go for a canvas tent. Because why not? Another overcrowded park. No, I'm just doing the goal. Just a nice park to play. I do have another overcrowded park, which I built. There's a thing I built over the weekend. If you, like, it has a rice density. Rice? There's no rice in a roller coaster tycoon. There's a ride density of many times that of overcrowded forest frontiers. You know what? I'll show it off shortly at the end of the stream. Give you a little sneak peek into what's coming up. Is it Dinky Park or Micro Park? It's slightly larger than Micro Park. It's not a scenario, actually. I remember when we were in Germany in 2018 for skiing. We had dinner at, I don't know, some local restaurant. And the old guy there was quintessentially German, as he did not really understand how to operate his debit card paying machine, or whatever you call that. Pin machine is what we call it in Dutch. And at some point he had it finally set up so we could pay, but he had accidentally, I'm going to presume it was accidentally and not deliberately, he had selected the 100% tip option, which obviously we didn't want, and never attribute to malice what can be adequately explained by stupidity. So I'm gonna assume it was just stupidity on his part, not malice. So then he had to do it again, but it didn't work. We didn't want to give a tip because it wasn't all that great. It was like, it was passable what we got there. But he didn't get it to work. And luckily, I had quite a bit of money on me. Just because at some point I had put some money in my phone case in case we ever needed it. And we needed it, so we could pay with that. But yeah, that's Germany for ya. Otherwise, I mean, there would obviously be cash machines, ATMs in the village somewhere. It would have been fine. But it would have been a bit annoying. As an American working for DoorDash, I will say tipping through the app can incentivize people to take up your order, meaning you could get your food faster. What do you mean, take up your order? Isn't there like just a... How does that work? I thought there would just be like the orders would just come in, arrive in whatever order they were put into through the app. Like first come, first serve, and then it's like, yo, we need this order, someone make this, and then someone, whoever is free, would make that. And then whatever next delivery guy is free would go deliver stuff. I mean, it would be a little bit more complicated, because like if they have several orders at similar addresses, they might wait a little bit and stuff like that. Just so that one delivery driver or cyclist can do them all. Pretty sure the drivers choose what order they want to do. I mean, is that also true for the Netherlands? Does anyone know? Take up to an apartment floor door. What do you mean? If you don't tip, they don't do that? They always do that here. I don't live on the ground floor. They always take it to my door. That's normal. It's not like that with thuisbezorgd. I mean, thuisbezorgd is a bit different, because the people at whatever restaurant you're ordering at, I like Subway for example, make the order, but then thuisbezorgd delivers. It's not the same company that delivers as takes the order, obviously. In the Netherlands, drivers usually work for the restaurants. There's really a lot of stuff I don't know how that works. No, but I mean like in the restaurant themselves. Because you said, or someone said that in America, like apparently the people working in the restaurants can be like, I don't feel taking up that order, I'm not gonna do it right now. Like, what do you mean? I ordered. Go make my stuff. That's literally what your job is. Like, if I order first, make my stuff first. And then make the stuff of whoever ordered after me. Okay, I'm out of thrill ride. I don't really want to build a car ride. I don't like the car ride. This thing is broken down. It will probably be fixed at some point. You know, ideally I would have a path through the middle here, because this is quite a big circle, but we can't really do that. Well, maybe we could. Yes, we can. We totally can. We can buy that. Let's do that. There we go. See the confusion. We're talking about delivery apps that are own drivers that don't work for any particular restaurant. Oh, so you don't mean taking up the order in the restaurant. You mean that the drivers take up the order. But, like, I thought you would just get assigned an order or something. Like, if a restaurant makes an order, because the restaurant obviously still makes the order. That's how restaurants work. But if no one picks it up, does it just sit there and get cold or whatever? Okay, now I also need to go this way. And there's no space here to connect, so screw you. Just gonna build right through you. The drivers can pick and choose what they do. I mean, that's not like eternally so, right? If I make an order and no driver decides to do my order, like, eventually my order has to be done. You can't just not deliver my order because no driver feels like it. If, you know, or if some Americans order, if that's America only. Eventually someone has to say, hey, you pick up that guy's order because, well, they paid for it. And they want to have it delivered. At that point, they'll cancel your order if no one wants to come and get it. Really? Surely that's got to be bullshit. Surely that's got to be bullshit. It's not bullshit. Welcome to America. Thank you for the Prime sub, by the way, Kivoch. That's a good name. Like, if I ordered food somewhere and they said, well, unfortunately we can't deliver your food right now because no one gives a damn and wants to deliver it, I would probably be very angry about that. And leave a bad review. Tell everyone to not order there. That's just ridiculous. Okay, so we need to go underground with the Giga Coaster to make the stat requirement. Because it needs a 12.5 meter drop and we can only go to 10.5 meters. Because of the restriction. Also, even with the ads, we're not getting much over 1,000 guests. Which is weird. I think you need to do research the cash machine to help guests in the park. Oh, that's a good one. Well, it's no longer weird. I found the source. Thank you very much. I completely forgot. Is it possible to have a whole park underground? Sure. You can have an entrance underground, park entrance, and the rest of the park. This is a very long turn. Oh, that is in the way. Oh, you're watching Interstellar. I've never watched that. don't really know much about it. Other than that it's something to do with space, presumably. Let's go down first. Ooh, we actually have unlowered land here. I'm nearly certain you would like it. Maybe I'll watch it at some point. I haven't watched movies in a long time. The last movie I watched was Bohemian Rhapsody. Back in 2018. So yeah, quite a while ago. I don't think we'll make this, by the way, but... Actually, I can make sure we'll make it. There we go, little booster. That should be enough. Oh, I need to... I keep forgetting on which side I need to end. Can I even get out of here? I can, I'll just go that way. That'll work. Okay, little booster to keep up some speed. Just to 41, nothing crazy. Okay, yeah, this is totally not gonna work. Need to go that way. More booster! No, that's brakes. Booster! Faster! 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 Fast enough. And then I need to go up and down. No, not that far down. I hope this thing isn't too intense. Oh, I'm not aligned properly. There we go, that's up. Nice. Very nice. Oh, entrance not built yet. Alright, that'll work. Let's make this abstract. Blue. Yeah, why not? Okay, let's follow this. Lots of underground stuff, which you can't see very well, but oh, yeah, it's fine. Then we get a little speed boost. Nice. I like this coaster. Inception. I have seen Inception. So that's the thing. It was quite a good movie. It's been a long time. Can I even... Okay, yes, I just need to... Where shall I connect this to? There? Or... There? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I'm completely misaligned. Ah, perfect. 4.99 intensity. Good. Don't forget the on-ride photo. I don't need it. I think. Thank you for the follow. Caladior and Mary42. That's a queue line. And thank you for the sub for the 10 months. Baltable Booby! Bobby, not Booby. It's a fun name regardless. Food is one of the weirdest things you can eat. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but it's certainly a thing. Okay, so much like the empty airfield. Yeah, we've had 3,000 admissions and only 1,000 guests in the park. So roughly 3 times the admissions as guests in the park, which is not a very good ratio. But like someone said, I don't know who, recommended me to research stalls. It's because we have no cash machine. And we're broking the guests. Boobies! Alright, I'll name it Boobies. Boobies are pretty good. Iced tea stall. I don't need it. But I'll build it anyway. I mean, let's be honest. Who wouldn't go to a theme park called Boobies? Everyone would be intrigued. And everyone would go. What country has the highest ratio of helipads to service area? Probably Vatican. Either Vatican or Monaco. Gay men. I think gay men would still want to see what a theme park called Boobies is about. Like, I would just be interested. Like, even if I don't like it. I do, but even if I wouldn't, I would still be interested. Yeah, man boobs are a thing, but that's not the ones I want to see. Families probably wouldn't want to bring their kids. Oh, that's a good point. Although then again, every kid, well, most kids, start off their life sucking on boobies. You know, breast milk. So, if you think about it, they've already seen quite a lot of boob in their life. What's wrong with some more? But that's the whole, you know, public breastfeeding thing I don't want to get in the mouth. But there's a lot of discussions about, you know, women being able to go topless and stuff. And then the men just want to look at it and that's why they're in favor in it and whatever. Most babies see at most 2 boobs. That's correct. They're mothers. Women should go topless. Honestly, what I think is that if a lot of women did go topless on hot days, like yesterday for example, men wouldn't really stare at them more. Like if you're wearing a tank top or bikini or whatever, men are already staring at you and looking at you. So I don't think it would be much more. But then again, I'm not a woman, so I don't know, I don't have to worry about that. Marcel wants to go to an amusement park called Leah or Robin. Sure. Have you ever seen an infographic about what different countries call roller coasters in their own language and translate it literally? I have not. I do know what they're called in Dutch. It's 8-track. Because an 8 always returns to its origin point. Like, it's a circle. It's like a 0, but 8 looks cooler, I suppose. It's achtbaan, 8-track. And that's what they're called. In Sweden, the word is transliterated as peak and valley track. In Portuguese, it's Russian mountain. Yeah, I've heard of Russian mountains before. Women cry about wanting to be allowed to go topless, but they don't want to when they are allowed to. I think those are 2 different groups of women. Like, there's a certain group of women that will advocate for it and also go topless if they have the right, when it's appropriate, on hot days in parks and whatever. And other women don't care, they don't advocate for it, and they don't want to go topless because they don't want to get stared at, or they're scared to get stared at. Let's do this one. We're basically waiting until we've unlocked the cash machine at this point. Okay, this is not a good position. This is also not a good position. There are not really a lot of good positions left, to be honest. You know what I could do? I could renew some rides so that we can charge more. So let's refurbish some rides. What we could also do is make all the rides cheaper. Then wait until we have a lot of... I don't need to refurbish that one's young. Wait until we have a lot of guests in the park and then suddenly make all the rides a lot more expensive. So that all those guests in the park will suddenly become brokified. We'll refurbish you. And I'm gonna do this one, and that one, and that one. I'll refurbish all of them. And to-do, and to-da. And refurbish this one. We're gonna be making so many monies. And do that one. And then the spiral roller coaster. Like that. And obviously this one. Like that. And we can't forget Mr. and Mr. This. Like that. And like that. Be honest, are you topless right now? No, I have once recorded a video topless. It's the one about urban park with no ads and no buying land. And I do say at the start of the video that it's way too hot to record right now. Which is not directly saying I'm topless, but it's at least some kind of insinuation. That's probably the wrong word, indication. It was like 35 degrees at that point. I'm gonna brokify you. I'm just gonna make you broke. That's all. Nothing scary. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my idea. I'm going to, let's see, where is it? Ride price manager. Ignore free rides. Make all rides free. All rides are free. We don't have the money, but that's fine. All rides are free. Or do we have a cash machine already? We do not. Are we going to unlock it soon? No. So all rides are free. There's no reason to leave the park. I think I'm not advertising at the moment. No, I'm not. I'm going to advertise. And then as soon as we have a lot of guests in the park, I'm going to suddenly make all the rides expensive again. Award for being the safest park in the country. Hell yes. Now, we're going to lose a lot of money with this. But that's fine. Oh no, you know what? I need to make a little bit of money. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do enable good value pricing, which means the price is at 1/8 of what it usually is. So yeah, $3 for this. So we're gonna make a little bit of money still. We're not gonna be broke. Drown a guest. Drown a new guest. This one, Mr. Green. Or Mrs. Green, Andrea F. There we go. Bye-bye. Drowny, drowny. Koekeloe. See ya. Let's see if I can pay back the loan. Color a ride of your choice. Go ahead. Make one ride not free so you can still advertise free ride tickets. Well, I already have all the rides not free. Yeah, I don't know how that ad works, but it's still running. I think it might just be less effective if it's already free. I know that the park, free park entry one is less effective if the entry is already free or extremely little. So what's the ride that you want recolored? Okay, we're currently in the negativies, which is not that big of a problem. One black merry-go-round with red trim, please. I don't have a merry-go-round, so that's not gonna happen. In order to enter any park managed by Marcel Industries, you must sign a waiver that basically signs away your life. Pretty much. Like, yeah, you will die. You will die a pretty horrible death. But then again, that is my trademark. What was I looking for? This one. No? The other one. Burger bar. I don't need a bloody burger bar. I need an ATM. Which is right before the Giga Coaster, someone said. Who was it? Giratina. Obviously you would know. That ways to go. You know what? Let's actually take a look. Inventions list. Hot dog stall. First aid room. Info kiosk. Catch machine. So 4 more stalls. You know, let's fast forward a little bit. Will I actually make money? Or will I be in a... Will I lose as much money every month as I pay? It seems that way. It seems that I don't really make much money. Will I be able to pay back 1,000? Well, that was 1,000. Yeah, we still don't have umbrellas. Thank you for the 4 months, Darky Kitty Axe. A black and red twist. Well, what a plot twist. There you go. Okay, there we got the hot dog stall. 3 more to go. And then we're golden. We do have 1,100 guests in the park, so my trick works. Let's see if we can do it before the without the ATM. Let's see if the trick is enough. Because that would be fun. Wouldn't it? Your park has best staff. Awesome. I could probably do with firing some. To save money. I don't need 20 entertainers. There we go. Much better. Okay, 2 more to go. But we have 1,200 guests in the park now. Okay, let's try my strategy. I hope the rides are still young enough to charge full price. I think they are. Now let's actually wait until the end of June. Because that will be the perfect timing. And then let's see if we make enough. Okay, few more days. Few more days. Few more days. Okay, let's pick up the... What's it called? Right price manager. No more that. Recalculate all the ones. Okay, I need more money to do the ads. Need the ads running all the time. And you. And you. And you. Okay, let's see if we can make 25k on the rides this month. When you go back to regular speed, after going super fast, everything seems to go in slow-mo. Just like when you drive like 180 on the highway in Germany, and then you go back to 80 on like a provincial road, it seems like you're going 30. Okay, how fast are we going? We need to be slightly under 1,000 a day. It's currently the 5th and we're on almost 4,000. 6th? Will we reach 5,000 on the 6th? That is the question. Oh yeah, Slime, you're totally unfunny. You're the worst person in the world. We will not... Well, we have reached 5,000. We'll reach 6,000 before the 8th. No. I don't think we're gonna make it, honestly, but we'll see. If not, we'll be fine when the cash machine's here. Okay, yeah, the rides have also aged a bit, which is a problem. Because I thought we only charged 380 for this instead of... But you know, 380 is because we have multiple of them. They're still young. And fresh. Please rename the 3D cinema Cinerama Dome. Okay. Cinerama Dome. That's a nice name. Okay, you know what? I can actually pay back quite a bit of this loan. Okay, we're on almost 10k on the 12th of July. Will it be enough? It will be on the edge, but I think we're just gonna fall short a little bit. Unfortunately. This is not nice. Do we have the info kiosk already? Yes, we do. Okay, so if it's going to rain... We're going to make a lot of money. It's not gonna count towards the goal. That's not beneficial for that. Also, is it me or is it quite crowded towards the entrance? Thank you for the 8 months, more cowbell. And this is a satisfying place to put an info kiosk, isn't it? The original version of this scenario had the goal at 30k in ride tickets before I lowered it back down to 25k. Well, you know, I don't think... It's not very difficult once you have the cash machine. Without the cash machine it would be... It's much more difficult. I say it would be, but it is. You could make a perfect one, just 2 path tiles. That's true, but this was an accidental one. Which makes it very good. Like now it's on purpose. Which is still good, but less good, you know? It wasn't accidental. This was done, like, people thought about it. And here you thought there was a fast scenario. Yeah, it looked to be a fast scenario. Like around March in this year, but then it all went to pot. Oh, it might make the 25k. It's gonna be on the edge of glory. And I think we're researching the cash machine right now. Hello, Retro. fast forward a little bit. $21, $22, $23. I think we just no. Oh, 24,710. Oh, so close. Oh, and 70 cents. So close. But let's fast forward a little bit more. That's a very fast forward. Because now we have my favorite stall in the game. The cash machine. Now, if you watched the Crazy Castle excavation video, you will have seen what that did. Our monthly income went from like 15k in a month to 40k. It's truly ludicrous. Which is why I'm going to build a lot of them. Everywhere. Okay, that should be enough. Probably. Oh, we don't have one here. Yeah, we have 14 cash machines. 15, nice round number. Now please stay in the park forever. Let's actually see if we can already see it in August. Obviously, I placed them quite late in August. So September might be the week. Or the month. Prices are a bit lower again now, of course. Or are we already gonna do it in August? 24,898! It's even closer. But honestly, look at the guest count. Suddenly it's going up a lot. Like, look at the Giga Coaster. It's suddenly gone up a lot as well. Like 1,500 guests, almost 1,600. Almost time to renew the queue for the Giga Coaster has lengthified a lot. There we go, we made it! Hell yeah, this was a pretty damn good scenario, Giratina, if you're still here. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. Because I want to see how fast it goes up without me doing anything. Okay, there's that. Oh, we're gonna have the first rain with umbrellas. We're gonna make a lot of money with that as well. Obviously, that's not money from the ride, but still. Let's see how much we make from shop sales. Thank you for the bits, Slime. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $7,000, $7.5K. Thank you for the 500 bits, Tonzia. We're still at 27K. We're nearing 2,000 guests. Like, the money is going down a bit because the rides are getting older again. But the guest count is... like, it's suddenly gone up very fast. Very quickly. Do you think it's possible to recreate this park in No Limits too? I have no clue. I know barely anything about No Limits. Okay, but that was a really nice park. I had a good time doing this. You can see how I basically stopped caring about building densely and just built fairly small coasters in the back. So, there's a little thing I promised to show you. And it's this. This is 1000 rides. There we go. UI is quite small now, but we can see all the 1000 rides in their glory. This is 1000 rides in a 22 by 22 square. Frame rate isn't too bad actually. It has 216 mazes, 392 looping coasters, and 392 rotodrops, which have crashed. Yes, these rotodrops have crashed. Well, almost all of them have anyway. Due to a weird bug. But they only do it when I build ones on top of them. So yeah, I think this is the smallest square you can build 1000 rides in. Where did you put the ATMs? None. It's 1000 rides. We can't build any ATMs, I think. I haven't actually tried. Nope. There we go. Too many rides attractions. This is... yeah, this is a masterpiece. I mean, just look at this. Just imagine the thumbnail. I'll make this all grassy green just because that's more attractive. And then I'll put like 1000 rides with an arrow. That's a nice thumbnail, isn't it? Give us some cutaway view height. Where's the cutaway view? It's not there. There we go. Yeah, 1k is the maximum now. Here we have all the death mazes. But you can't do more than 2 layers. Whoops. Nothing underground. I think this is gonna be a great video. Anyway, oh yeah, I wanted to show you the rotodrop thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is look at this. First, I'm going to give ourselves a little bit of music. There we go. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is interesting. I'm gonna build a rotodrop here. And it has to be a... I don't know if it has to be, but... it's a beheaded one. And just for clarity, I'll make it all one color. All blue. And I'm just gonna open it. Just how it is in that park. Now, fast forward a bit. Works fine as I described in the video about it. I'm gonna build one above it. It's nothing special, right? Nothing might happen. But something might happen. Oh, right. Actually, let's build these on that side. Hang on, I'm gonna... so we can see it better what happens. Oh, screw you, rain. Let's build another one. Gonna do invisible support. At some point, something weird might happen. Now, just watch it not happen today. Or today. It's happened a lot today, but watch it not happen right now. That would, of course, be cliché. By the time you show something to someone, the thing that you want to show doesn't happen. But let's see if it does. Because eventually these should crash. If I keep doing this. Now, rotating the camera would mess up the music from the merry-go-round. That's why I don't want to do that. This one is green. Oh, of course. Ah, there we go. See the blue one and the red one? Hang on. See through support. That's not okay. That's not what should happen. Oh, what's that? So, now the weird thing is, this only happens when you build right on top of it. But it only happens, like literally, when you build the right on top of it. It might happen again now, but let's just see. If I fast forward, yeah, you see? Perfectly fine. If you fast forward, like this is at 128 speed. Okay, not fine, they're breaking down. But other than that, perfectly fine. Like they've been fine for months. But let's see if it happens again if I do this. The more we have, the higher the chance that it happens to at least one of them, of course. There we go. I think... No, yellow wasn't going. I thought yellow was going. Oh yeah, yellow is going. Slightly up. Yellow only went slightly up, but still crashed. There we go. That was yellow. Isn't that weird? Now, you know what the funny thing is? When I built the last few layers on this park, like when I built the second to last layer on this park, I swear at least 40 roto drops crashed below it. But when I built the top layer, for some reason, none of them crashed. And I think that's because we've literally reached the height limit. Like, I can't even add anything on top of this. They have to be beheaded because they're so tall. Also, I've noticed... Look at this. Look at this. See this one? Maze 97. This is not called Maze 97. If I click on it, it's Rotodrop 390. And now it says Rotodrop 354. This one says Death Maze 94. It's not. It's Rotodrop 369. And if I move about, things might change. It's a bit... Yeah, the enters on the right were bugging out. It's a bit weird. It's a bit glitchy. New video idea. I mean, yeah, I did this literally for a video, obviously. In 1.5 weeks this will release. Probably. And there are 1,000 rides. It's a very long list. An incredibly long list. A very, very, very long list. There we go, 392. How many mechanics? 673. I have 1,036 handyman and 366 entertainers, which all really like this corner. Now, in earlier versions, you can see that especially well. Look at them all being on the lower left. Like, why? The other staff members don't do that. But the entertainers do. For some reason. Thank you for the follow, Cosmix. Yeah, it's a party over there. How many security guards? None. I have nothing that can be vandalized. Handymen are well, not entirely useless. People can puke, and they sometimes do. But I don't have anything that produces litter, because I don't have stalls. I meant like a video experimenting with the weird towers on top of each other glitch. I don't think there's much more to experiment with. I'll just mention it in this video. Because I have footage. I've recorded the entire thing of me building this. And I have footage of rides randomly crashing. And at some point I spotted one and followed them. Like they would like from all the way here. Whee! Boink on the ground. Well, not boink, more like boom. Because they do splody stuff. But yeah, that's the thing I'm working on. It's only the roto drops. And I think it's because they're beheaded. And because you're building them right on top of each other. I think that's what it is. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. But, beautiful but, that's about it for today. So let's get back to this park. It's a nice, okay, I said nice last shot of the stream. There we go. That's much nicer. Game thinks it's a continuation of the track. Yeah, something like that. Probably. So, thank you very much for watching. I had a good time. I found this scenario interesting. If you want me to play your scenario, post it in the scenario scenario, what's it called, channel on my Discord server. I might just play it if it's interesting for the stream. Like I did with this one. Sometimes I look through it, see if there's an interesting one, and I'll play it. I might also not. I'm not promising anything. Let's see if someone is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. Ah, Vortail. We haven't had an accident in years. Why do I somehow not believe that? Okay, thank you very much for watching this stream. I had a good time. Hope you did too. And I will see you Wednesday on the interwebs. Bye bye. Have a good night.